नमस्कार. मी डॉक्टर वर्षा Kamat, professor in history from PS College of Arts and Science, Parmagudi, Ponda, Goa. The title of my paper is Discerning Indian Freedom Struggle through the editorials of Bharat, a Goan perspective. The summary of my paper is following. Eminent Goan journalist and social reformer Govind Pundalik Hegde-Desai, born in 1885, popularly known as Bharatkar in colonial Goa, started the Marathi-Portuguese bilingual newspaper Bharat in 1912 and continued publishing it till his death on 15th August 1949. The illustrious journey of the newspaper Bharat in Portuguese Goa coincides with the time when India's struggle for freedom was at its peak. A closer look at the 36 years period of its existence gives us today a glimpse into the luminous history of India's freedom struggle. Bharatkar, though a Portuguese citizen by birth, viewed the Indian freedom struggle from the heart of an Indian and spirit of a native Goan. His intention in dedicating major space to cover the Indian freedom struggle in his newspaper in colonial Goa was double-edged. On one hand, he himself was interested in India's independence like any other nationalist Indian, but he always identified Goa with India. On the other hand, he intended to rouse the Goans to nationalistic fervor and motivate them to fight for their own rights, albeit non-violently. Knowing fully well the stubborn dictator of Portugal, Dr. Salazar, he seems to believe that only independent India could bring him to his knees and set Goa free. Between 1912 and 1949, Bharatkar wrote several articles and editorials in his weekly Bharat. He observed very prudently the ongoing Indian freedom struggle in British India and analyzed the strategies adopted by the national leaders and tried to match those developments in Goan context, which made his editorials very important for Goans. He seems to be a supporter of Gandhiji's method of non-violence and indicated the undesirability of violent methods adopted by the revolutionaries in Goa. His advice was that terrorism is an undesirable, unfortunate and unsuccessful way of achieving anything constructive. Bharatkar's editorials covered the entire spectrum of India's freedom struggle, especially from the time of Tilak to the Gandhian phase of the movement. He was greatly influenced by those luminous personalities, and his editorials covering especially the last stages of India's independence movement, culminating on the auspicious day of 15th August 1947, are worth a read and analysis. He was optimistic to the core in believing that once India becomes free, Goa's independence will not be too far away. He very prudently supported the policies of the Indian National Congress to the extent that he accepted the partition of the country as inevitable. By considering the communal sensitivity though he himself was unhappy about it, he understood the feelings of those who opposed it and sympathized with them. Significantly, he totally avoids speaking about the revolutionary movement in the Indian freedom struggle because he firmly believed that armed resistance had failed everywhere in the world. In Goa too, without taking names, he denounced the local revolutionary outfit Azad Gomantak Dal for its violent activities. He never mentions Jinnah nor utters the word Pakistan in his writings. Rather, criticizes the leaders of the Hindu Mahasabha and blames them for propagating the two-nation theory. He is against the partition of the country but finds it inevitable to check the communal violence. Throughout, he stands by Gandhi and the Indian National Congress, supporting their policies and actions without wavering even once. He believed firmly that the freedom of India would lead to freedom of Goa. Alas, that did not happen till his untimely death on 15th August 1949. Thank you.